guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to bring the review for One Piece episode 995. So the majority of this episode is basically Momo finally building up the courage to do something that he couldn't do in his time at the very maximum months ago. I think it might even be weeks for it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's over a year, but you know what I'm trying to say here. Obviously, because Momo has traveled through time, it's not as long as it has been for, say, Kaido, because Kaido it's been 20 years and Momonosuke way significantly less. But like I was saying, the majority of the episodes is him finally building up the courage to do what he couldn't do back then, which is be proud of who his lineage is and state his name and go that step even further and announce his dream as well to become the next shogun of Wano. And now I can understand why for some people, some fans out there, that this could see annoying, especially if you're a manga reader as well and you don't really care too much for Momo as a character. I'm being one of them. But if you look at his and this, because something I've said recently within one of my manga reviews is that I'm sick of tired of Momosuke's kid, the character who's always sulking, he's always whining, he's always crying kind of thing, and I'm getting kind of sick of it. But and this is I said that a couple of weeks ago. I think it may have been last week even, about Momosuke's character, and watching his character made me kind of feel the same vibe. And when you flash back within this episode and you see that, okay, Momo has been this crying kind of character throughout the series, it makes it seem more annoying. But there's two things, no, not two things, just one thing really that makes me feel just that little bit better about it. His age. He is mentally, I can't remember how old. I can't remember how old. I've forgotten actually. But he's mentally very young, and it's only realistic for him to be this way from an age standpoint. And when you throw in the factor where he's been really thrown into the deep end, and we as fans, or at least I'm expecting him to mature vastly faster than any kid his age would, then that's where you start to think, okay, maybe, well, this is what I'm doing anyway, thinking maybe, okay, maybe I'm being a little bit too hard on the little brat. And I feel like that when you go back and just really focus on his growth as a character, then maybe I will, and possibly you will, start to like Momosuke a bit more. Because even though he's always crying, always sulking, always in tears, always fearful, I think if you go back and look at it, there is growth there. And when his story is all said and done, when he reaches his final form, when he finally becomes a Shogun of Wano, because I do believe that is something that will happen, we will be able, or at least I will be able, to appreciate his character more. So I'll see how I feel about Momosuke at the end of One Piece, or when his just the story is done. But when we go back and see that, but like I said, that is the majority of what takes up the episode. There are some other things sprinkled in there within his scene, within that big, well, they split it up, but it's a big part of the episode where we have the samurais and the ninja, basically the people working under Orochi, joining up with Kaido, snakes, traitors, yes, and all the rest of it. Not one of them said, no, I'm staying loyal, but okay, I digress. We also find out during all that madness that Ulti, she up and running, she won't revenge on Yamamoto. We have is that who's who? The red one. He's like, you guys need to fall back. You guys can't handle Yamato and Luffy. You know, leave that to me, kind of thing. So we know people after them. We know people are trying to save Momosuke. via Robin and Shinobu. That's everything I'm going to talk about that bit as a singular. It's obviously something that links within to that, but I'm going to leave that. Oh, we also see Nami and Carrot, they're still captured. Nami seems to have some sort of plan. But yeah, there is something that happened. That there is something that seeks into that, but I'm gonna leave it to last. On the flip side, we do see Marco within this episode. He meets with Mr. Perilyn, Mr. Lick Lick, and basically that scene teases Marco and Perospero link up alliance, whichever way you want to call it. Will that go down? Anime only watchers, let me know what you think. Will they team up or will they go their separate ways, do their own thing? Something that happened within this episode that I don't remember within the manga is the Usopp and Chopper scene that we see within this episode, where they're basically walking through the sleeping chambers of some giants. I think these are the number giants, but they're walking through some sleeping chambers of some giants. You don't see that within the manga. Probably did happen off screen, and I feel like it could have remained off screen. Especially when you get to the goodness of the episode, I feel like that could be left off screen. So during the episode, Luffy has promised frees Yamato from her handcuffs, and she is rearing and ready to go, saying that she will be the one to take down Kaido. But before she could take off to attempt this, Luffy steps in there like, no. We don't start this off. That's somebody else's job. And that's when we get to the good of the episode. Now, from that point, from the black and white point onwards, the animation for that was sexy. I'm just going to keep it simple, I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to use one word. Sexy. I loved it. My favourite part of that whole sequence, but mostly the black and white stuff, was when you see Kinemon go to work and that bit where he slides on the floor. Beautiful. I'm not gonna dilly-dally on this bit too much. It's beautiful. But when we get to the colour stuff is still good. But the colour stuff is mostly when they reach Kaido and they're like, yeah, time to make our stand. Queen tries to do something. King tries to do something. I think it was Aizo. Shoot out his gun. Queen's like, yo, we need help. They go to work and Kaido's like, your sword can't cut me. And they all charge him. And then they all attack him and they definitely connect because we see blood. And as Kaido is falling, he's reminded of Odin. So anime only watchers. What did you think of that bit? And what do you think their chances are against Kaido? Please let me know. So yeah, to round this up, we spend a lot of time with Momosuke crying, getting his little bravery moment, fair enough. And then we get to the good. The other little bits don't matter. We get to the good. And now I said how the bit with Chopper and Usopp going through the sleeping chambers of these giants, I said I can't remember it within the manga. If it wasn't within the manga, and give us some more filler. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Extend the ambush scene. That would have made for a better episode. And I think that's everything I've got to say about this episode. So, like always, I am asking for your guys' thoughts and opinions. Please let me know what you thought, especially of the end piece, the best piece of this episode, the one piece of this episode. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.